Bull rush straight for that mid. There's the Ezreal ult. It's actually going to cancel their teleports. So only 2 people getting the teleports. And fnatic, they're just going to try and backdoor this base turret, see if they can take it down so that 1-1 fight will result in an inhibitor later on.
Well, we'll see what they can do. They're taking a lot of damage here. They finally got minions to stop the backdoor. They do know that it's a 2 versus 5 with a couple coming in the next 5 seconds. True Shot Barrage does give vision, so they would know about that. But they don't get anything really done here. They do have to pull back.
Yeah, so not quite, the objective that they're looking for, but still, you see fnatic, they're being very aggressive in this game. Despite the goal advantage, they're not allowing WE to push them around, which is something you see a lot of times. Teams will sit back in their base, they'll play defensively, try and farm their way back into the game, which doesn't often work, but fnatic in this situation, they're trying to make plays that'll pull them back, and I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see if it works. I think one of the big concerns for fnatic is that combo that we've seen in the past. It's very effective. It has very high damage and can just instantly win them a fight. But they really want to take down Wei Xiao. And Wei Xiao, having that Negatron cloak, it means that Diana's not going to be able to instantly burst him. And then if Diana follows up with a double Moon Rush, he could be separating himself from the rest of his team. So if he doesn't have enough damage to take down Wei Xiao, then that could instantly win the fight for WE.
Okay, so WE right now, though, they've got Baron buff, and they're happy to play the long-range poke game. The Rupture is dodged. I don't think fnatic really wants to go in on this. I think they know they're behind, plus the Baron buff, a straight-on fight, unless it's really underneath their turret, is not going to go to their favor.
Well, and the Baron buff is almost done, so they know it was taken a while ago. They have about 30 seconds left before it's out, so they definitely want to stall until that's out.
That gives them another minion wave to push this turret. I don't see this turret getting defended properly unless W makes a mistake here, though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they can go in. Messiah actually making his way behind. There isn't a pink ward this time, so he's going to get in behind fnatic if he wants to force this.
No, instead they realize they've not seen Messiah. They know he could flank around, and they know that Baron buff's there. They just simply back away. Smart choice by fnatic. They would have lost that fight and probably the game if they went for it. Now they spot him. They're going to farm at the mid lane. WE, they're posturing towards mid, but with Baron falling off, they're not going to get much out of it. Looks like they're looking to time Dragon, which I think is coming fairly soon.
Well, WE, they're doing a really nice job of keeping the minion waves pushed, but the one minion wave bot is pushing against them. So I wouldn't be surprised to send that they send Corki down there to clear that out and keep all the minions pushed up against fnatic's base, which will result in that situation where they win a fight and it's GG, they lose a fight and it's not really that significant. But you see posturing from both teams, and it really is like, even though there's a gold lead for WE right now, the damage on both sides is incredible, and both teams can easily win a fight.
Absolutely. Wei Xiao, honestly, even with the Negatron cloak, he is killable in a team fight. The only one who's I would consider not is Messiah's Evelynn. She's going to get a really big shield off and has Guardian Angel plus Abyssal, so over 100 easily on both resists, thousands and thousands of health, especially when you consider that shield. Everything else really is theoretically killable. The one thing that fnatic desperately needs, though, is a Last Whisper onto Reckless. He's got a decent set of minion kills. He's got some assists. But what he doesn't have is the ability to kill off Olaf or Cho'Gath quickly. They're just too big, too tanky for him. It's going to be a while till he can break through that.
And so fnatic dropping a couple more of those pink wards all across the map just to keep an eye on where Evelynn is, and they will just kind of be posturing mid to make WE defend that mid. WE, they're going to be able to take out that dragon, so continuing their gold lead. And fnatic, they're not in a position right now where they can force fights, but they just want to keep pressure on WE, make sure they have the vision so that WE doesn't take them by surprise.
Okay, so these guys are going to kind of run around and back and forth. It's about 1.5 minutes until Baron respawns. That's going to be the really big focal point. W is looking right now, because they're playing an Evelynn lineup, they're looking for a free kill that'll turn into a turret, but sieges are not really their #1 sort of gameplay here. They found out Reckless a bit of damage going there. Sammy finally making his way down, but you can see, they're not completely grouped up. This turret's not the easiest thing to push for. They're not actually going for it just yet. But they're going to try. They're just constantly trying to find someone in the jungle. They tried to get them to rotate down and catch them on the rotate. They didn't find that. A little bit of pressure onto Wei Xiao. Beck, of course, not going to go in for that one. Only 1 minute now until Baron respawns. And these teams, this is great from WE. They have control over this. They steal the Lizard away.
Oh, did Reckless actually get that? He
oh
stole it with his ultimate.
Wow. Oh, wow. I thought that was dead already. Nice play there. Reckless picking that one up.
Wow.
Sammy taking a bit of poke, but he's not going to fall over too quickly.
Yeah, and Fnatic, they're able to clear out these waves pretty effectively, but the concern is they see Messiah actually coming on the backside. So as he's going to be dueling with them for a little bit, so they have to watch out that he doesn't pinch them underneath that turret. But WE, they back off. They don't want to, they know that when they're pushing that turret, it's going to result in them clumping together, and that's going to be the perfect setup for Fnatic potentially. So they don't want to force that fight. That could maybe turn this game around for them, and they all get back, they buy their items, and now they're going to be able to set up for that Baron fight.
This is really good because it's coming up in the next 10-15 seconds. And, you know, I like what WE tried to do there is they actually managed to split up Fnatic just a little bit. You saw them go in back for that turret once they saw Soaz go to the mid lane to farm. Keeping those waves pushed kind of forced Fnatic to make some moves, separate themselves, and give a little bit of free pressure to Team WE. But now that that's gone, Baron's back up. Fnatic, they're really just charging up this right-hand side. And the thing is, though, Evelyn can come in from behind them unless they've baited that perfectly with pink wards, which I don't think they have. This could spell disaster.
Yeah, they don't have the vision right now, so if Messiah comes in, it's going to be really dangerous, but Fnatic retreating away from the rest of the team doesn't allow them to chase them, and that means that, you know, Messiah can't force anything. If he did initiate, then he would actually go down fairly quickly, but Fnatic, it's interesting, you know, constantly pushing the lanes. It puts some pressure on WE, where maybe WE, if they decide to take the Baron, Fnatic gets an inhibitor, and, you know, maybe Fnatic is able to stall off against that Baron with the wave clearing, or, you know, just at least keep vision of WE and see where they're at.
This is so risky from Fnatic. They've just set Soaz away and back to the base. They're pushing in S4, and they have so little ward coverage. They don't see much of WE. They're about to get surrounded here.
Clear Love, he's coming in behind. They could get a rupture on this, and he can definitely initiate that. So Salme trying to get in the team. Reckless actually has to Arcane Shift and then flash out, so he's dropping very quickly. And with Reckless down, that is the one fight for WE. The question is, can they pick up any of the rest of Fnatic?
Messiah's running forward. Pekka tries to summon a teleport out. He does not get it. Forced to Zhonya's. He's going to fall next. That is a sure kill there. Does not pick up much. Salme trying to chase down N-Rated. N-Rated without mana. That makes a free kill for Olaf. I don't see He could just like swing auto attacks and get it for free.
The red buff is easily going to lock that down, and WE, it's going to be interesting to see if they actually go for that Baron or just decide to push a base. But because the minions are pushed away from them, because Fnatic did a really nice job keeping the pressure on the base, they're going to be able to go in for that Baron and another couple of kills. Soaz is kind of peeking in here, though. Messiah chasing them off, making sure that there's no pressure at this Baron. Soaz actually going to fight this, and Amumu's on the other side, going to try for a steal, but Wei Zhao dropping him very quickly. Soaz is going to drop. There's the flash from Messiah to pick up that kill. He is going to drop, and Amumu right now, Cyanide, keeping an eye, but if he dives in for this, even if he steals the Baron, there's going to be so many people down from Fnatic right now that it's going to allow WE to push into the base.
He's going to just dive right on in, gets bursted down way too quickly. I don't think he had vision of Baron, so he had to kind of just guess what the timer might have been. That's not going to be the situation. Fnatic really tossing this game in the garbage bin. You know, their plan was that even though they had no ward coverage, they're like, okay, WE, at this point, we saw them leave the map. They're in fog of war. They're probably going for Baron. They're probably going for Baron or try to trade the base. The problem is WE had not done that. They were not locked up in that situation. They were actually towards the middle of the map, and they got to turn that around and pinch on everything. So Fnatic's gamble completely did not pay off here.
Yeah, now Clear Love can easily tank this. He has the Janet shield. He also has a lot of armor. They take down the turret. Two members still down from Fnatic. They're going to be able to grab the inhibitor as well. I actually wouldn't be that surprised if they just decided to switch to another lane, but they have so much gold right now. They'll just back off, safely buy items, and then force another fight with Fnatic.
Absolutely. I think
2K,
with,
like all of them.
Exactly. Yeah, they got a couple of turrets. They got Baron, and pretty much an ace at that point. So it's their time to kind of regroup and just push a new lane. Mid or bottom. Honestly, you know, you normally call bottom once you kill the top lane, but they can kind of go wherever they want. Fnatic can have a super hard time of stopping them in a battle. You're seeing them actually inside their base. There's minions to farm, and they can't go get them. They're very, very defensive here because WE can always cut them out and pick them off.
A couple of new items coming in for WE. Messiah was already unkillable, but now with all the shields that he has, the GA, he has the Zhonya's as well in case he gets picked off. So he can actually maybe initiate fights now for WE. He's strong enough, he can then jump in the middle of the team, slow them, and then Zhonya's until the rest of his team joins. On the other hand, Wei Zhao has so much damage, picking up that Infinity Edge, and he's already very safe. So the damage output from WE is just incredible, and I don't know if Fnatic has the same damage in order to take them down now with how tanky they are.
They're going to see what they can do here. The ward goes down. This is one thing that WE's done so very well is keep just rampant ward coverage pretty much everywhere. They can spot whenever Fnatic runs around. None of them is invisible on the map. Actually, a little bit of a catch on its sound. Of course, will just simply undertow. Top the Here comes Messiah. Soaz dropped below a quarter. He's taking so much damage. Will he fall down? Yes, that's one. There's Shrilly's being used. Cyanide getting picked up. He's going to fall. You guys got nowhere to go. Zone is not going to matter. He's going to drop Reckless. Gets Ouch! But they only
There's
have
the
2 versus
GG.
5.
Surrender from Fnatic. They recognize it's over. WE will be able to push in the Nexus, and you saw at the end there almost no damage on any of the members of WE. They were trying to take down Olaf. He was way too tanky for them, and it baited them into a fight, even with the Amumu and everything being blown. They just really couldn't scratch anyone from WE at the end there. So really impressive play. They've brought it back. It's a 1-1 series right now, and that means it's going to go into a game number 3. It's anyone's game, really, after those first 2 incredible games.
It is. This is super close on both sides. And now, if I'm one of those teams, I don't know what adaptations you really make. You've kind of run out of bands on both sides.